moment we think the Leafs are going to ride some momentum from that overtime victory against the Montreal Canadiens, the great comeback where you come back 3 different times and you win it in OT to start the year, you think, oh, things are going great. Let's get out there in Ottawa and let's do a job. Go out there and do what you're supposed to do. Well, they did that for half a game and then fell apart and lost 5-3 to the Ottawa Senators. Leaf fans, do the Ottawa Senators not remind you of the Buffalo Sabres of old? The team, no matter what the Buffalo Sabres threw out in the ice, they always found a way to take the Leafs. They always found a way to beat the Leafs. Always. And the Ottawa Senators, look, I got to give that team credit. They played hard. They played really, really hard after they got the lead. They were hanging on for dear life when the Leafs had the lead. 1-0 and then 2-1. But then once they tied the game and got the lead back, oh boy, the Senators went guns a-blazing. Let's break this puppy down. First period. Zach Hyman, he ain't playing hockey, he's playing baseball. He smacks the puck out of midair just below the crossbar. It might have been at the crossbar, maybe a shade above. I don't know. It was not conclusive enough to call it a no goal. They call it a good goal. Zach Hyman on the power play. 9:59 in, Tavares and Nylander grab assists, and the Leafs are up 1-0. All right, you're feeling good. Good things are happening. Then you take a stupid late first period penalty, and Thomas Chabot gets some open space. You don't want to do that with him. And he buries the one-timer past Frederik Andersen, only 44 seconds left in the first period, allowing late period goals make me want to scream. Because you just can't let that happen. You lose momentum. You give it right to them heading into the intermission. Now, luckily, in that second period, though, the Leafs do come out, flying guns a-blazing. They don't allow the one goal the Ottawa Senators had to get the momentum going. Because Alex Kerfoot, 9:15 in, floats one from the point, but a great screen in front by Zach Hyman, and the puck beats Matt Murray. Kerfoot's first of the year. Hall and Mikheyev grab assists, and you're up back. You get the lead right back. It's now 2-1. All right, good stuff. Just over a minute after that, Brady Tkachuk makes it a 2-2 hockey game. It's all right. It's 2-2 game. We've seen this before. It's all good. The Leafs got to come back with vengeance here. Nope. Just over 2 minutes after that, Austin Watson scores, and now you're trailing 3-2. Okay, this ain't good, but we've seen this before. We trailed 3 different times in the last game. They can come back from a 1-goal deficit. This team can score. I got no problem with that. 3 minutes after that, not even 2.5 minutes after that, Chris Tierney scores. 3 goals in 5 minutes for the Sens, and just like that, you're down 4-2. What the heck happened? The Leafs were dominating play in the second period, and finally got rewarded with the Kerfoot goal. They feel good, and it's like they just took their foot right off the gas pedal because they fell apart and died. They couldn't make a pass after that. It was embarrassing. I don't know what I was watching. I was watching the Leafs that are going to be a good playoff team this year, hopefully. And then afterwards, after they got the 2-1 lead, I'm like, man, this is the Leafs of old now. What's going on? Now, it's obviously only game 2 of the season, so can't be going too crazy about it. But you give 3 unanswered goals in 5 minutes, you're down 4-2. We go to the third period. It's okay. This team can score 2 goals. It's not easy, but they can do it. You got to get 1, and then the guns a-blazing after that. Problem. You can't give up another one, and 6:15 in, Derek Stepan scores. And now you're trailing 5-2. 4 unanswered goals. What? I don't know what I was watching. And from that moment onwards, the Leafs could not make a pass to save their life. They couldn't make tape-to-tape passes. Look, like I said earlier, you got to give the Sens credit. They played extremely solid defense once they got the lead. Once they had that advantage 3-2, it kind of locked tight defensively, didn't allow the Leafs any breathing room, kept everything to the outside, did not allow any crazy zone entries, no real odd man rushes. They did a really good job, did the Ottawa Senators. But the Leafs allowed 4 unanswered goals. That's the part that I'm going crazy about. Then John Tavares tries to make it interesting because just under a minute after Stepan makes it a 3-goal game, Tavares is like, no, back to 2 as he gets the unassisted goal on the power play. Great. Doesn't mean anything because you lost 5-3. Notable numbers in this in the ball game. In the hockey game, Tavares with a goal and an assist, so he stayed red hot to start the year. And Frederik Andersen, in the first 2 games this season, has been unperforming at best. That's a nice way of saying it. 4 goals in game 1, 5 on 24 shots here against the Ottawa Senators, a .792 save percentage. That ain't pretty. Now, the Leafs D-core did not have a good game today. I thought Brody, after playing really well in game 1, didn't look very good today. They just didn't look good. They really didn't. A lot of offensive zone time, a lot of quality chances, bottom line. But I'm looking at Frederik Andersen, and I think to myself, okay, if this team is trying to be a Stanley Cup contending team, because they damn well should be, your goalie's got to be your best player. That's how teams win Stanley Cups. I don't care what you say. But Frederik Andersen, the first 2 games, has been not very pretty. He started making some big saves when you were down 5-2. It's a little late for that. But really, yes, the D-core has not been pretty. They were not good today. But you need that big save. In a 2-1 contest, right, when your team sits back, you need to be able to get a goal or get a big save. Now, the Tkachuk goal was a deflection. I'll give him that. But it was an in-tight deflection, right? So if he's standing square and ready for it, that tip shouldn't go in. I mean, I don't want to blame him too much on that, but he's made many saves like that, and then he makes some 10-bell saves after he make it 5-2. So those are the things where I scratch my head. I'm like, Freddie, why couldn't you do that earlier, buddy? The simple saves you can't make, the savable saves, and then the ones where we're like, wow, larceny. He makes those when you're down 5-2. I'm like, this guy's trying to get paid in the offseason, right? We all know that I'm assuming he wants to stay with the Leafs, but he doesn't say a whole lot, so I'm not too sure what he wants to do. But if he wants to get paid, he's got to play better. No team is going to give him a .792 save percentage goaltender $8-9 million a year. It's not going to happen. He's got to impress, he's got to improve, and he has to playoff perform, period. So I expect him to be better. We all know Frederik Andersen with the October woes. He always has those, for the most part at least. And this is technically October for hockey season. So you may want to give him some slack a little bit, I don't know. Also, last thing I want to do before I kind of wrap this thing up. The top line of Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, and Joe Thornton hasn't done anything. Hasn't done anything. If they have any points, it's probably on the power play in game 1. They didn't have any today. So, do you maybe move a Jumbo Joe off the line, or is it too early to tell? Guys, let me know in the comments below what your thought is on that. I want to get your guys' take. I think it's a little early for it, but it's something to keep an eye on. Matthews hasn't scored yet. He hit the post against Montreal. Marner hasn't scored yet. He hasn't had a game where we've been like, man, that's beautiful, Mitch Marner. We haven't seen any of that from either guy. So, I don't know. Do you make any moves? Also, Nick Robertson, we all talked last year about how he was so good with the Peterborough Petes, was very impressive in the very small playoff, feeling that he had. But now he's sitting in the press box for the first 2 games. Do you maybe play him for game 3 against Ottawa tomorrow? I don't know, all right? And yes, the Leafs play the Ottawa Senators tomorrow night. I'm assuming it's a 7 o'clock puck drop for game 3 of the season, back-to-back for both teams. So there's no excuses. Jack Campbell gets the call in net for the Leafs tomorrow night as they look to get a bounce-back victory and play 60 minutes. Play a solid hockey game. Get a W. Because in this shorter season, every win, every point matters. And the fact the Leafs had the lead today, squandered it, and couldn't get it back, those hurt. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the first half of the hockey game today, smack the like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. What you like, what you not like from today's game. Also, Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, all that great stuff. Also, the Instagram link is down in the description, so follow up there if you've not done so already. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition as they look for win number 2 in a row. Looking to go 4-8 on the season. Hopefully they can get a back-to-back win. They play the Charlotte Hornets tomorrow, 7:30 tip-off there at Amalie Arena, looking for back-to-back wins against the same damn team. All right, and as for our Leafs, they play, I'm assuming, at 7 o'clock tomorrow against the Ottawa Senators on the back-to-back, looking for revenge after today's loss, a 5-3 loss. You got to play 60 minutes, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys then.